Alright, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a long time since I last made a video, and I kind of just had some personal stuff going on in like my personal life and stuff, so I didn't get around to making any videos, but now I have the camera out with me today, and we're going to do some stuff with the head because I have to get it decked. So what I want to do is I want to get it down bare and probably do like a refresh, like valve seals, and then pull the valves out and see how they look and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the big white table. Yes. I'll show you the big white table. Because I don't actually have a bench in the shop. Hold on, I gotta adjust the camera. Ah, die. Why did I buy this camera anyways? Okay, big white table, that's what I was gonna do. Big white table! And that's because we don't have a shop table in the shop because I didn't get one yet. Yeah, you can see that everything over there is like a big mess waiting for the car again still. It still has a sticker on it. If you guys are like the legit fans, then you'll know that this is the same table that we use in like every Mocula video. So between me and Kent, we share one table. One $40 table.
America. Oh
look! Get some gloves. If you guys haven't already, check out my Instagram. It's Supra_Williams on the screen. But this is what Roy just sent me. The guy's building the cage. These are the brackets for like the seat and the chute and everything like that. Pretty cool. There it is. All right, so those of you who are new to the channel, it is a 2JZ GTE head. But those of you who are already part of the channel know that. So this is the turbo version. It is very dirty, as you can see in the middle. I don't clean stuff very good. The ports aren't a bad size, I guess. These are the exhaust ports. They're a bit dirty. They could be ported out a bit. But then I'll switch to the intake side. Look, they're not bad ports. I mean, they could have work done to them, but for a factory port, it's not bad. And this would be your EGR port, normally on a USDM Supra, but because mine is JDM and they didn't need emission stuff, it actually leads to nowhere. So on a US car, because this is a JDM engine, normally that EGR plug would allow exhaust gases back into the intake to reduce emissions, but because it's JDM and they didn't have the same emissions standards, I guess, it actually leads nowhere. So one less thing I have to delete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the valves and the springs out and just I have a bin over here that I have labeled. I'm hoping that it'll fit in the same one that I put all the, just put these center pieces out, and hopefully the valves and the springs will all fit in here with the bucket and shims that I already took out. Now one of these things are like an excellent idea if you're doing any head work, because I have all my cam caps in here. I had the head studs and bolts and stuff, and then I have everything labeled for shims and buckets, and then I have, of course, 6 more things that I can put stuff in. So good idea to get one of those if you're doing any work. Okay, so of course I have my 403 Media hoodie on. Go check him out. His channel, I'll leave it in the description, even though you guys should already follow it, because Brent's like, he's a local kind of to me. He lives in the same province as I do, and he makes really good content and stuff, so I always just try and shout him out because he puts in like way too much effort for how many little views he gets on his videos. So I try and shout him out when I can because he's an awesome guy, and hope to collaborate with him this spring and make like an awesome super edit. So this is the tool that I'm using. I don't know, it's kind of dirty. I got it on Amazon for like 40 bucks one time. It's kind of small. It's more for like ATVs or something, I would think, but
This is the one that we used to do Kent's Macula, and that's the one we're gonna use for this. So essentially, put the head on the side. You have a big C-clamp tool. Okay, wait, no, wait. Okay, oh, yep, everything's sliding. Okay, I know you guys are gonna, oh yeah, it's not focused. I'm trying to rush a little bit. I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, why don't you have the Toyota tool, Kyle? Because it would be so much easier. And essentially what this tool does is you just press down on the valve spring and it pulls the keepers out and everything comes apart in like one swift movement. So this is just what I have, and I don't want to order another tool. But essentially what it is just a big C-clamp. And then you have a piece that's going to go on the end that'll push on the valve spring. And then this side's going to push on the valve seat, well, the valve face. And then you're just going to push the spring in and the keepers are going to come out. And we're going to do that a lot of times because there's a lot of valves. I can't maths. What's 12 times 2? 47!
America.
Oh, lower. Nobody's seen that. Okay, I'm gonna try and flip it in a way that everybody gets to see. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the front of the engine because that's where I started labeling from on this thing. I need something to hold this up. And clearly that didn't do it. I need something that big. That works for now. Maybe. Okay, anyways, these engine hooks are actually in the way, so we're gonna pull those off first. So you're going to see that this is going to fit hopefully. Taking the camera off again. Okay, you can see that this end is pushing right on that valve, and then on this end it's pushing right on the spring. So when I turn this and okay, you can see how the keepers are coming out. You'll be able to hit it with a magnet. One. My magnet fell apart. 2. And then I can pull it back off. It's really hard to do with one hand. Have the factory retainer, spring, and the valve, which actually looks like it was seating pretty good. Now when a car smokes on like startup, generally this is your valve seal that everyone talks about, and you kind of just pull them out of there and you can just pop new ones back in. Drive them in with like a socket or something. But yeah, that's essentially how you would replace your valve seals if you were going to go about it. You can also do this on the vehicle. There's a tool that will pull the valve springs without actually having to push on the valve. And essentially what you can do is you can fill the cylinder up with air, like compressed air from your air compressor. And then you get a valve spring tool that kind of just attaches to the head and uses a lever to push down on the spring and pull the retainers out. And then you can pull the spring and the retainer and everything off, and you can get at those valve seals while it's still on the car. So if you ever have to do like a valve seal job, it isn't that like it is difficult, but it isn't crazy, crazy difficult, if that makes any sense. And then obviously that was exhaust front 1, so it belongs all the way up there. And that's gonna... Perfect. Wow, this thing actually works really good. I got a Canadian Tire. I think it was on sale for like 20 bucks. So if you're doing any work like this, keep yourself organized, definitely get one of these. So I totally just realized that whole time that I was out here for the second part, because this is day 2, that I did not have the mic turned on, so none of the audio got recorded. So I'm just gonna have to play music over it or something. Anyways, I got both intake and exhaust valves out. Oops, camera sliding. So I'm gonna turn this around. Can you see it? I can finger them all. Anyways, nothing looked too bad. Like everything looked like it was seated right and correctly, so that's a good sign. And what essentially I gotta get done is just get the surface decked a little bit so it's level, so you don't have any like indentations of old head gaskets or anything anywhere. I do have 2 cam sensors up here. Now to the best of my ability, I'm pretty sure they're just like magnets-ish. Anyways, and on the cam lobe, there's actually like a little piece that'll just fly by the magnet, and if you put a current through this, it makes like a wave pattern in the electronics, I believe. I don't know, I'm not a really good supercomputer genius, but that's the best of my knowledge of it. And if that wave pattern doesn't match like the crank wave pattern, and it can tell that something's off and not working right. So here is the cam, and then this is one of the little nub lobes that I'm talking about. And they just fly by those magnets at like Mach a million and make wave and things. Yeah. I lied. This is the cam with the doohickeys on it. You can see how much more doohickey they are. Right here. Yes. They're more doohickey-ish. So those are the ones. There's one here and then there's one right there. Anyways, they both have to go. I did notice that this one had a bit of oil in the connection part, so I'm assuming this one's leaking and I can't reuse that, so I'll have to get a new one of those. Why is the 11 in the 10 spot?
America.
It's all oily and stuff. I also have to take this coolant hose off because I left that on too. Oh yeah, they never want to come off, ever. Try and do this without bending the pipe. Not cool. I did put 2 clamps on it because I thought one was leaking. Okay, I'm gonna need new hose here because obviously this one's breaking. Yeah, you're broken. I'm just gonna cut it. What a pain in the ass. It's garbage. Actually, I should keep it so I know what kind I have to get. Well, that's a weird casting. Check out that casting right there. It's like falling off. That could have been sketchy. I'm not a head expert, so let me guys know if you guys see anything wrong. I did leave the spark plugs in it, that's my bad. So what I plan to do is I'm actually gonna go to AFR Auto Works, the place that's doing my cage. I'm gonna drop them off the head because they have a machine shop that they always use. So I'm actually gonna bring down my dash. So when they're building the cage, they're building it tight to this pillar, so they're gonna have to notch a piece out of this dash. And Roy said if I brought the dash to him, he'll do it for me. So I'm gonna bring down the dash and the panels and everything. And you know, just go down to clear my head and film the shop and do that kind of stuff. So I think that's my plan. And if you haven't already got one of these things, buy one, especially if you're doing head work. And if you're not following me on Instagram, even though I posted it earlier, so you should be following me, then do that, Supra_Williams. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. I know I haven't made a video in a really long time, and I'm really sorry for that, and I'm gonna try and get back into a groove of making videos. So peace, easy. I'm Kyle Williams, 26 years old, and I drive a 1996 Toyota Supra. Many of you were with me through my lifetime Supra project build, where we replaced the engine, we hit roadblocks, made new friends, and ultimately set new personal records. We achieved a 10-second pass last season. Now, we're on the quest for more. Welcome to my 9-second Supra build.